Hey all, this is Stenosis and welcome back to part 2 of Brotato. Yes, it's a part 2 again, and stuff that, and that is because I'm going to call this like trainee or recruit or whatever, right? I'm going to call it after the Quake tiers and stuff that, because it is just cool to do that, and stuff that, even though in Team Arena you technically didn't get a new tier, even though like there were new characters, but right, there were only like one or two, I think technically, and I mean, I kind of wish they could have made it so that in Team Arena, all the characters that were like team, like colored or whatever, that all of those characters could have been like actual, like a new tier and stuff like that above zero or something like that, or have its own like tier campaign. Because Team Arena was good and stuff that, but yeah, and they were like singing like death matches more like how it was in the original, right? I'm sure there are the team stuff and stuff like that, but then there are like single player arenas and stuff like that, right? But then it would have been cool to see maybe I'm misremembering and stuff like that, but yeah. I don't think the team arena necessarily were bad, or anything, I need to shit really, really bad, and it's so weird because I did shit before I ate, but of course it's coffee probably, stuff that's still, we have very, very low health and stuff like that, and we do have -2 armor. So maybe it's the dodge that we need, maybe, and instead. I don't know, is there an item that can make the dodge go higher is the question, What it's got to do, don't walk into them. Okay. Yes, we just take the ugly to it because that is free. Right. Reroll, please. Armor. Speed. Piggy bank. Get that. Oh man. That is really good though, but that does decrease the attack speed. On attack speed every wave until the end of the wave. Bonus is lost when taking damage. Yeah. Oh man, piercing bullets though. That's okay. And I wouldn't normally do this, but stay tuned and enjoy the music. I'm gonna have to watch it basically. Stuff like that. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty good, but I do think that yes, our damage is a bit lacking because the loots aren't great damage-wise, right? What's their passive? Okay, so that means that we do have 25 plus extra luck, and we have more harvesting, and as enemies hit take 10% more damage for 3 seconds, max 70%. So that you can stack up to, so the max is 70% with the purple one, otherwise it is lower. So we want to get full purple here as soon as possible. Let's just roll a bit here. Get a 3, reroll, okay good. Just so that the shop is done. Stuff that, so yeah. Because here's the thing, right? I think that the turret is going to be useful and stuff there to help us, and stuff there, because, sometimes though the turrets, I think, can mess up the spawn where enemies can spawn. So that sometimes it can make it so that like enemies can spawn on top of you because, well, like when I had a shit ton of branches when I played that character that basically gets more weapon slots every level, then basically yes, it is really good that you can get a bunch of weapon slots from that character. You gain like growth on like except HP every level, I believe it is. But otherwise you need to get the correct passives in the shop because otherwise you just get screwed. So that, and yes, probably if I would have used something like a Ghost Scepter on the character, then that could have solved like the HP problems. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm back. Oh man, that took quite a long time. What's the time? Okay, it's not that bad though. It went pretty quick. I didn't need to shoot that much, but sometimes that just happens. We do have maximum weapons, yeah. Yeah, so damage is lacking. You're actually getting reduced by 12% damage. Yeah, from metal detector is minus 5%. But it's also minus. There must be something more. Yeah, and this as well, because we do have over 5. So we get more minus on that, okay. I mean, it's not super bad yet. At least, the damage is not the worst I've seen. And stuff that, and we're still on wave 8, right? But there are certain, I feel like, basically, what you should have, basically, if you want to do a proper guide for this, is you should have, okay, what's the thresholds for the different wave? And, it depends on the character, of course, as well. For example, on the bull, you don't get any weapons at all, and the max HP and the HP regen is the most important thing alongside armor. You can get an insane amount of armor on that character. Right, and you want to make sure also that you don't get things that do a passive effect, even though that would be useful, to kill enemies that way as well. I didn't go with any passives that did damage or whatever, right? So yeah, Let's get more armor. Let's get the laser turret. Prioritize that first. Get the loot. Keep those 2 locked. Yeah, that's just a no-brainer. Now, that doesn't mean that we're gonna stick to the loot, by the way. Just because we have a bunch of loots now. And stuff that there might be things that are better that we need, right? That's the thing that... Don't be afraid sometimes to pivot into other things, even if you have invested a lot into something. But make sure, of course, that you have enough materials first, and stuff that so you can get a shit ton of materials, right? We haven't gotten a single baby gecko yet, right? And baby gecko is something that you should prioritize a lot. And stuff that if you ever see them, and stuff that, so yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty bad. We do take a ton of damage whenever we actually take damage. So that, and we don't have the highest max health or anything. Okay, finally away with more turrets, range. Max HP, loot first, medal, then this. We could start getting ranged. Do we have a recycling machine yet? Do we have melee damage investment though? Just a little bit though. And it is specifically that this character do gain range with melee weapons. That though explodes. It's 31 and this gives. That's enough to get that. This might be a risk that we did. We might just fail now immediately. We will see. Because the thought is that, okay, Shredder makes things explode. So now we all of a sudden have AoE. Which is of course very, very useful to have. stuff that. And Shredder counts as a gun and explosive as well. Meaning we will be able to get more explosion size. So anything that benefits explosions is also very, very powerful and stuff that, you know. And attack speed becomes very important now, by the way. The attack speed becomes important, range damage becomes important, and stuff that. But because the further away we can shoot things, of course, the better. And this also has piercing. Not that much though, and it does have a little bit of knockback, but not much. We probably need to be getting the monkey. So yeah, we need a monkey. Didn't pay attention to my health. Come on, goddammit, I said that we almost threw the run. That was super scary, but that's a lot of materials. No. Max HP. Lifesteal? Oh dude, we could get the flamethrower. Get rid of the loot. Increase on attack speed. 10% damage. Reroll. Oh, you elemental? No, you're ranged, but you're elemental. Lock the fuel tank. Lock that. Ooh. Target finally shows up. Yeah, damage is lacking. That's the main problem. Now we also have a flamethrower. You see those enemies are scary because those are the super quick enemies that can really just melt you. So movement speed. We still have 15% movement speed and they can almost catch us. We have ugly tooth. Yes. But then I know that the flamethrower is actually good. The flamethrower can actually deal good damage. But we probably need a couple and we probably need way more elemental damage in order to actually make that work. We want the curse maybe. Yeah, this is an easy way, I feel like. I really wanted the crate though. Yes? SP regen. Target first, get that. Reroll. Yes. I mean, we might go flamethrower build. I mean, I know that the flamethrower is like very, very good because like it's damage over time. And you know, like if you get enough attack speed with the flamethrower, it becomes very ridiculous. Stuff that, even though the cooldown is 0.1, whatever. But then it's elemental damage, yeah. And it counts as heavy as well. Meaning it will scale up very, very quickly and stuff that. But of course, flamethrower is rare and above, so we need more luck. We have 21 luck though. What's the clock? 12:26k. 12:26 is the clock. But we maybe could kill that, but I'm not feeling safe. We have 4 armor though. But we only have 4 in HP regen. So, you know, keep that in mind. And keep in mind that damage percentage, by the way, counts for all weapons. Not just melee weapons, which is why it's useful. Yeah. If we can get the Lumberjack shirt, by the way, I am gonna get the Lumberjack shirt if we see that show up. Because I just feel that that is just so worth it at this point. Because if we can kill the trees immediately, then it will be easier to get to healing. Or turrets, or armor, attack speed, another flamethrower, get a fuel tank finally, item price reduced, yes, more crit, even though we have negative crit chance. Spawns a little bot. Max HP. Reroll. Oh, I would like bait. I would love bait. That might be completely suicidal. I mean, if we can get lucky with the flamethrowers, like I don't know if it's the shredder that's doing the majority of the damage. Okay, yeah, shredder is in the lead. What's our elemental damage? We have 6 elemental damage. See, that's the thing that we will need to keep armor up and stuff that, you know, because of the curse. Stuff that, but yeah. Right, but here is the thought, right? We have damage over time effects as well, you know, and yes, we have a lot of them. We have quite a few turrets now, meaning engineering is starting to become more powerful as well. And stuff that, and yes, we are not relying on branches, you know, instead of we're flamethrowing it up, you know. We do have the bot that also is slowing enemies down, which is really good, of course, and, you know, the quicker we can burn enemies also, right, the quicker they can reach lower HP. And I believe, right, that it counts from damage, right? Yeah. So basically, since it's burning over time, right, that effect triggers several times, I think. It doesn't only trigger once they're less than 25%. Yeah, I have a 32% chance now to charm. I think it has to do with the max HP, actually. Yeah. And I think the 50% there is the maximum chance that you can have. And I mean, that means, for example, like if we can do a shit ton of damage, for example, getting a lot of the fishes. How many fishes do we have? We have 3 fishes. 10% damage against dogs above 75 health. Or 75% health. No. Laser turret. Oh man, that horse is good though. Take the risk with that. Frozen Arts is absolutely insane. Do not get that. Get another one out because that is just for crit chance. Oh man, I would love the fireball. Because that counts as elemental damage. Can we afford that? Okay. Flamethrowers and a fireball. Barbecue time! Hello, welcome to the barbecue show. Man, but this is really, really good. Right, and it's still 32% chance, so it definitely seems that the max HP is what increases that chance. Because you can see that what the symbols are: range damage, melee damage, engineering is that icon. Yeah, so I need to remember those icons, right? Because then I can figure out what something scales with. Right, so this scale with elemental damage, and that was the fireball as well. Did we get any scarce sausages yet, by the way, or we have an elephant? One elephant, we have one of these, but those are not elemental damage. But of course, since we have the frozen heart, then weapon damage addition is case with 10% elemental damage. That's weapon damage. Burning activates slower though, so we need to get the thing that makes the burning faster. What's our range? 60, okay. This is good for the flamethrower, of course. I know maybe it's cheap to rely on the turrets, but hey, I mean, it's like really good. Like, see how many enemies we have that are charmed. And I mean, charmed enemies are safe. We can use walk to them. Right, and the charmed enemies, right? They don't like. How many seconds is it? How many seconds is it? 8 seconds. It's absolutely insane. Yes, XP gain. Yes, materials when we pick up crit. Yes, pick up range. Attack speed. Medical turret, please. 5% dodge, okay. Max HP. That is cursed though. explosion damage. We do lock that, we do lock the cog. We do lock the snake. Doing very good, I feel like, at this point, even though we still have 7 armor. But yeah, I feel like the fairy is going to be really good because we don't have a single like tier 4 item. I think you can just see on the fairy how much like HP regen you're going to get and stuff that, you know. And if you get high enough HP regen, then even if you take a bunch of damage, you can use heal up fairly quickly and stuff that, you know. What's the luck? 13, okay, so the luck is not that great. Yeah, see, you just become so much safer because of the charm. The charm actually makes this character very powerful, actually. Because again, like the damage over time. Like, I mean, this is a pretty crazy idea for Bill. Oh, that looks like a large XP, large material or whatever, right? Because it seems like they do kind of stack like Vampire Survivor-esque. It kind of seems like it does, at least. Okay. Great chance. Dodge. Max SP. Get the cursed item, get engineering, get that, get explosion damage. More engineering. Oh, my project was part of Pierce. It's not good though. Do you still have piercing? Like a lot of piercing actually. That does not have piercing. Another flamethrower though. We're doing pretty good. We almost have like a run that we actually finished for once. Something then, yes, I know, right? You have to realize that thing, you're like 79% there is like no joke and stuff that, like, so we have 70, so 80, 90, 100, so you're doing 30% less damage than normal, so keep that in mind, of course. Other thing is just LOL, don't get hit, right? And stuff that, which is true, you know, and stuff that, like, if you just have enough damage, then you don't need to worry about getting it, and then you don't really need a bunch of armor, you know, and stuff that, that's the thing, right, you know. The flamethrower seems like a really good idea. Of course, keep in mind that you can get more of the flying robots and stuff that, it's like the flying robots is just very good. Stuff that, you know. And yes, what's our engineering? Our engineering is 10, which is not that great. But yeah. Really nice. Yeah, and that scales with health. Mirror is insane. Elemental damage. Double on that, get Vigilante Ring. Get a dangerous bunny. Get a fireball. Lock the wandering bot. I mean, can we handle more enemies? We don't have a single gentle alien. Can we handle 5% more enemies? Okay, so we do have a little bit of explosions from this. Okay. Keep in mind that each turret, by the way, here for example, we have one medical turret. One medical turret, we have 2 incendiary and 2 laser turrets. So we don't even have the regular turret, we just have those turrets and stuff like that, right? So yes, so the more turrets we have, right, the safer we can kind of feel. But of course, it kind of also messes up where enemies spawn. But of course, when you have enemies charmed, I thought, can they hurt other enemies? Yeah, they do hurt other enemies. a lot of damage all of a sudden. Oh, he's doing the circle, that's why. Fucking damn it, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Why did he have to... Why did he have to start doing the circle thing? It's always the circle thing that kills you, because... See, the main problem with that enemy charges you. We get charged, but you're usually dead, pretty much. Stuff that, like, yeah, I had 5 armor, but, you know, that didn't do much. And I don't know if you have high enough movement speed, does that mean that you can just get out of the circle without taking damage? Because, yeah. Wait, which character was that? We need to run with, because we are still at, as you can see, 70%, 70% there. We use, was it the lucky guy? Was it? Oh, it was this guy, romantic. Okay, so we know that this is powerful. Can we do the build with another way? That's lifesteal. I mean, if we could have had range. Is that random? Is that random? Lifesteal 40. I mean, I know some of the weapons that are good here. Yeah, lifesteal build. I know that the lifesteal is really crap with how it works in this game, because it basically it's a percentage chance to heal you for 1 HP, max 10 HP per second. So you need 100% lifesteal basically to... But what is it that scales up the lifesteal percentage? Or what is it that makes the lifesteal stronger, so that instead of healing you for 1, it heals you for more? You know? Maybe, right, you know, like, if I would have paid attention there, we maybe could have avoided taking so much damage. So we get reflexes. None of those. Sharp tooth. No. There's the scared sausage, yeah, it actually have a 12% chance to deal 3.1 burning damage. So does that mean that that's case from Elemental because it has the icon? But that's only a 25% chance. Or 3 stone. Blocking all of those. Because here's the thing, right? The earlier you get coupon, the better. You know, of course. If we get coupon early on enough, then it's like really powerful. That's 6 minutes, okay. I mean, we got really close that time there. And maybe we just got unlucky with the boss we got. Stuff that, right? Because we cannot see what boss it's going to be and stuff that, you know. Stuff that, you know. Maybe the main problem is that we did damage to the boss. Doesn't it always mutate into like doing the other attack? Lifesteal. You know that's low lifesteal. One first, sharp tooth. Lock that. Ooh. Lock that. You roll. That's very good. We have to hope that we get a lot of materials now actually. So what's the effect here? So we're getting max HP, we are getting crit. 1% lifesteal for every 35% of missing health. Yes. Meaning that we want to have higher max HP with this as well. We want to have like high max HP with this. Like the max HP becomes a very important thing as well. So lifesteal is at 1%, but it's not that particularly good. Yeah, the primitive also, of course, is good because that increases our max HP as well. Speed. Attack speed. Get that first, get that. Get a sharp tooth. Reroll once. Lock a sharp tooth. How good is this? Okay, 20% of missing health. Okay, so 25, 20. Does that mean 15 on purple and then 10% on red? Because if it's only 10%, that you only need to be missing 10% of your max health, that's really, really powerful. If that ends up being the case, if that's how far it scales. I mean, and I'm guessing, right, that if we would curse the item, if we could find like a cursed black or the tooth or whatever it is, right? It's a tooth. Speed. Get that first, and we get this. Get ugly tooth. That's more melee damage. Ooh, that's a rare thing though. Circular saw. Not has lifesteal. Not actually, that's 46 lifesteal. Right, but then we lose out on the max HP there. And the crit. Can we afford that though? No. Don't lock that. Lock that instead. Because yeah, medical weapons might be really, really good on the character then. But again, max health makes it a high chance to charm. It could of course increase the chance, right, for things to be cursed in the shop. Now, of course, the earlier we can get a fish hook, the better, of course, because if we get a fish hook right, we would want to quote-unquote curse the fish hook if possible, right? Because there are, like, if we can find that thing that increases our damage and also gives us curse, then that's going to be really, really important, because that's a way to counteract the effect of that thing that decreases your damage by 3%. So we could get some of that, that would be really, really good. We pivot into engineering and no lifesteal. Now we can get the circular saw there. Recycle that. Get the circular saw. Get the coffee. That's a medical as well. So that's a medical and blade. Oh, blade gives you lifesteal. Okay. Recycling machine, we lock that. Reroll. Scissor is medical as well. Lock the sharp tooth. Don't lock the scissors. I mean, I'm not expecting us to get like a bunch of like circular saws all of a sudden, so that's why we're going with primitive tooths still and stuff like that. But yeah, the circular saw is actually very, very good. Because of the lifesteal on that. Because yeah, it has 47% lifesteal. So yeah. Keep in mind, of course, that also means that attack speed equals more health as well. Yeah. The thing is, of course, it's really, really hard to reach very, very high levels of like lifesteal and stuff like that. Like, there are items, I feel like there are specific items we need in order to actually make it work properly. That's just free luck. Attack speed. The armor used to counteract that. Get the subdued. Oh men, gå och sätt det då. There's the laser turret trap. Or is it though? We didn't get the engineering item right. No, we did not get the engineering item. What wave? We lock you. Okay. Because here's the thing, right? If we can get turrets early and on enough, then right, and pivot more towards like the engineering, then yes, it can be good. But relying too much on the turrets are also really, really bad and stuff that, you know. Because as we saw there, for example, if we didn't reduce that enemy's HP that quickly, then that would have been good. We still only have 2 life steal. Yeah, because it's only a 2% chance to heal. Okay, we're a little bit ahead of the wave that we're on. We're at like we're 9 at wave 7, which is not super good or anything. There's the shard I'm talking about. Lifesteal. Get that first. Boxing glove. Yes. Okay, let's go. And they don't always stop materials, of course, obviously, so you know. We keep in mind, right, that if we can keep our level high, then that is very, very important. Because higher level obviously means that we can survive easier and stuff like that, and that means that we can keep ahead of the scaling. But you generally want to be several levels ahead, if possible. Keep in mind also that cursed enemies, of course, gives you more XP, I believe, and more materials as well. It's not just more materials. More armor. That's a curse day. Enemies become stronger and drop more materials. When cursed items and weapons you find also are. Up to it. Get broken mouth first. It's a medieval. That has the blade tag as well. It's really good. Reroll. Baby gecko, that and that. Again, I've said how important it is. The whole max health thing and stuff that, yeah, and we're keeping positive on armor there. I think that's going to be the most important thing, is that you have positive armor instead. And here's the thing, your HP regen doesn't matter if we can get our high enough lifesteal. You're at really, really bad levels of lifesteal though. I forgot, is there like a super powerful like lifesteal item or whatever, right? That's a question. Or don't we have that unlocked yet? Right, maybe not. I mean, I know the percentage values is a bit misleading because we saw how often those brick that had like a 1% chance to get destroyed, how often they got destroyed actually and stuff that, you know. So that did increase max health by 1. Yes, even though that decreased our lifesteal, max health. we reroll first, get that. Yes, even though that's less lifesteal. Okay, things are looking pretty good because we have one tier 4 weapon already. Right. I hope we can get another circular saw though. Definitely hoping for that. Let's take a look. Yeah, 1% lifesteal for every 10% of missing health, so you know. So 1 lifesteal for every 10% of missing health, right? And it says how much it gives, okay. But then you need several of it to be really, really good, I feel like, you know. Because more max health then is like very, very important to have. What's our HP region now? Okay, now we're at 0 HP region. Our survivor is not super good yet. Because I think that thing overrides the other consumable. That's -1 HP from consumables. Did we have the thing that increased consumable though? Did we get the thing that increased our consumable thing? No. We're not going on the thing that actually increased that. We all got on the thing that increased the consumable. No, we have gotten 1. So that should counteract the 1 though. Shouldn't it? Shouldn't counteract it so we still actually heal from picking up stuff. We heal if we pick you up. Yeah, we do, but it's not by a lot. That was very close. Attack speed. Speed is kept at current value. There is fucking 8 in SP region. But that caps it. Yeah, we need to remember that caps the speed. So we could wait with getting that. Yes, we are sacrificing 1 slot for that. So we're sacrificing 1 reroll slot. But yeah, it's actually very, very powerful if we get it once we have high enough speed. Right. Once we have, like, I'm guessing like 30% is probably what I really, really would like to have. Because that just makes it so that it becomes way easier to survive. Yeah, the engineering has not paid off. We don't have a single piece of engineering points yet. Because we haven't gotten super lucky with turrets. But I mean, just having 1 turret I feel is just still like a distraction for enemies. You know? Now if we can make it, of course, so we can heal more from consumables also, that would be great. Yes, we reroll on the shop. Attack speed. Max HP. All of that means -2 engineering though. Nice. Did we kill you? Please. Yeah, this is bad because this can get out of control if you don't kill eggs. Yeah, we're gonna probably die because the one is really hard to kill. Please give me more trees or something. I mean, my healing is decent, but we're taking so much free damage and now it lost that. Yeah. And there's no way we can know, right, what the thing is going to be, right? Yeah, we haven't cleared a single thing yet. Actually, let's call it Friday for today. Maybe, maybe I need to just refocus again, on stuff that, I mean, that just happens sometimes, right? That we just get unlucky there because if we get the correct bosses, then it becomes like really easy to solve because not all bosses do the circle thing. But yes, circle thing is just so freaking bad. Like it's either that, okay, then you either need to have like high enough damage already at that point, so you just kill the boss like super quickly. Whatever, you just have high enough like armor or whatever to when you're not taking much damage from it. But that thing always does so much damage and stuff that, and I don't know if those projectiles could get reduced by armor or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this and I'll see you all next time.